What's good, YouTube? Guerrero here, back with Black Magic and Light Bright Black Magic. Good to have you here for the second video since we started back up. So,
Mm-hmm.
YouTube, as you guys know, our last video we did our predictions for this past weekend's football games of Week 9 in the NFL. So, as of today, as of tonight, we stand where, I'll pop this up, you'll see our standings, but me and Light Bright tie with 10 wins, 4 losses. Black Magic comes
Uh,
in technically second with 8 wins, 6 losses. So
What are we talking about?
our picks from from this weekend, the
Okay. I was
games,
like,
the
what?
winners.
I was, I was so confused for a second. I was like, wait, what the fuck? I lost that bad?
Yeah,
Oh
you lost
boy.
2 more games than we did. I mean, it's not horrible. There was only
yeah.
14 games this weekend, but so on a quick note though, let's point out couple key games that kind of really pushed us to where we're at. One of the 3 biggest key games were the Colts, Cardinals, Broncos. I would have to say, because in the Colts game, that's where Black Magic Light Bright went with the Colts. I went with the Ravens, so that pushed me above them. But Black Magic also went with the Broncos over the Falcons, which me and Light Bright went with the Broncos, and that kind of pushed us.
Disappointing, man.
There was a couple
That
other games
hurts.
there.
What?
That hurts.
Light Bright took the Giants and Dolphins, which that kept him up with me. If I would have gotten one of those wins, or the Jets last night would have won, I would have won this week. So it could have gone many ways for me and Light Bright. But let's recap here. So Light Bright, do you remember which games we said was going to be the game of the week and which game was going to be the sleeper, the boring game?
We said that the Bucks and the Saints were going to be the game to watch, and that the Pats and the Jets game was going to be boring.
I think it's safe to say that the Saints and the Bucks game was definitely the boring one. It was a blowout. I mean, there was really nothing
Yeah,
exciting to watch about that.
it
I
was
mean,
terrible.
but so there was that. Now, when it comes to the game of the week, Black Magic, which game do you think was the game to watch this weekend? Like, that was the exciting game to like really tune in. Everybody was trying to figure out what was going to happen.
There's three different games that come right on top of my head, but I'm not trying to be opinionated or anything, but that Cowboys Steelers game, boy. Oh my God. Tell me you guys were not at the edge of your seat at that fourth quarter.
Yeah, I
Tell me
thought
you
I
guys
thought
were
the
not at the
Cowboys
edge
are
of your
going to
seat.
pull it
Yeah,
out. I
I
I thought
really
the
thought
I
Cowboys were
Dallas
going
was
to
going
pull
to
it
pull
out
it
too.
out.
I
I thought the
thought that was
Cowboys.
kind of crazy. I was all like, man, I thought the Steelers were going to steamroll that team. I
I
mean,
thought we were going to steal Rome too, and then the first couple of quarters started going by, and I'm over here like, did we switch places? Did we like just, did
who
we
the
switch sides?
who the heck was
Like,
that fourth string guy?
Honestly.
Gilbert, something Gilbert or
I
something
don't
like
even know
He
his
that?
came
name.
from the XFL, boy. He came
Like,
from the XFL. Came
It
out
started
swinging.
torching, it started torching Pittsburgh's defense, and I'm
yeah.
over here like,
hmm
what's wrong with you guys? Like, did you guys sleep a little bit too much? Did you guys like what happened? Did you guys just say, "Oh, guys, don't even worry about practice this week. We're
That
just gonna
that
steamroll them through them"?
that's what I was thinking.
No.
It seemed like you guys were playing pretty like you guys went into that game thinking, "Oh, we don't gotta take it seriously," and then that
Mm-hmm.
guy came out with something to prove. He's like, "I can stay here and play in the NFL."
Mm-hmm.
I definitely,
I'm ready.
I could see that. What about you, Light Bright? Which game do you think was the game to watch? Because obviously, what we decided wasn't.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, boy. Josh Allen was slinging that ball this weekend, dude. The the Bills and the Seahawks game. Good
Mm-hmm.
God, Josh Allen outpaced Russell Wilson like nobody else's business.
But,
400
but
yards, 4 touchdowns, though.
and another
Boy,
thing is, this what a lot of people didn't even know that game was a dedication game to his dead grandma, because his grandma
yeah.
died a
Yeah.
couple of days before prior to that. And so he was
Yeah.
like, "This is for you, grandma," because every single time he scored a touchdown, did you see him point to the sky?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was always like, he was always just like, "This for you, grandma. This for you, grandma." And then the whole NFL came together too to support that
hmm
man.
Yeah. No,
So yeah, he
definitely.
had to
Yeah,
ball out. He had
yeah,
to ball out. He
I
had to
he
definitely
ball
have
had
to
out.
say
to.
that was definitely. I think that was the upset of the week more.
Oh
Really?
yeah,
I think it was the
Yeah.
upset, man,
yeah.
because I think everybody thought the Seahawks was gonna win that game. No one. I mean, and the Bills won by 10 points. I mean, it was 44-34. I mean, it was a high scoring game. The entire.
Oh yeah, and another thing is, you guys notice specifically this week, the teams under 500 have been balling out against the teams that are above 500 and getting that
Yeah,
close to beating them.
Yeah,
yeah,
Have you guys noticed that?
yeah,
Did
they
you
were
guys
all
ever notice
yeah.
they,
that?
they all
Oh my
got
goodness.
close.
The Chiefs versus the Panthers, that was a
Ugly,
close
dude. That
one.
was ugly, bro. That was so
That
ugly.
was a
We
close.
won. We won. Thank
You
God.
guys
But
have
that was
won, but
an
that was
ugly
so.
ass win, though. I'm not gonna
Hey, but
lie.
that,
It was an
but
ugly
that, but
win.
that just shows that just like I'm not gonna lie, like I was kind of excited the way that Teddy Bridgewater came out firing against the Chiefs. Like I've always liked Teddy Bridgewater, and I think he
Mhm.
finally like has a franchise that like believes in him, is gonna let him do his thing. Like,
Yeah.
and he proved it that he can play. He can play with the best of them. Because I mean, he almost had Kansas City. Like he almost had y'all.
No, honestly though, I can't. I won't take away from Teddy Bridgewater. Who I got to give it up to is that coach. That coach went with a fake
Yeah, Matt
punt.
Rule.
Yeah, Matt
Yeah,
Rule went with the fake punt. He went for it on fourth down multiple times. I mean, he played a great. He was playing the game like it was 6 quarters and not 4. Like he was not gonna let up if he had any chance whatsoever to drive that hammer
now,
down.
I will have to say though, like even though Teddy Bridgewater did play good, I definitely them getting Christian McCaffrey helped a lot. I think
Of course,
if
Christian
they wouldn't
McCaffrey.
have had, yeah, if they wouldn't have had McCaffrey, I think it might have been slightly different, and it wouldn't have been like as intense it was, because McCaffrey had some pretty good plays.
Yeah,
He
he
had,
did.
a
Hmm.
touchdown. I think he ended with like what, like 80 yards and like a touchdown or
But
something
he
like
got
that.
yeah, but he got hurt too
Hmm.
at
And
the same time.
But he
yeah,
got
yeah,
hurt.
he hurt his shoulder, but
It's
still
been day
though,
to day.
like he helped though.
Yeah.
But
No,
I mean,
honestly,
I
I
think that
think
game,
I think the game for me that like really got me like focused in, and it was towards the end of the game, was the Chargers Raiders. I mean, it literally
yeah.
came
How do
down.
you
It
how do
literally
you
came
lose a
down to the
game that
booth
you
review.
won?
Yeah, it literally came down to that booth review. Like that
How
sucks,
do
man.
you lose a game that you won?
5 points. 5 points.
Jeez,
How do
man.
you lose a game that you won?
Oh man,
Like,
but at the same time though, it was crazy because they went with the same play twice, and both times they nearly had it. I
Hmm.
mean,
yeah,
it was the exact same play, and they went to the exact same spot, and both times they could have had the game there. Honestly,
yeah.
I think
I mean,
I think Herbert should
I,
have
I,
ran it in. I think he could have gotten in for the
You think
touchdown
so?
better than
I just,
tossing it up.
I think, I think the refs just weren't feeling it. They're just like, fuck it, we're giving this
The
shit to
refs,
the
the
Raiders.
refs, the refs are just like,
They're just like, fuck it.
oh well. I'm trying to go home. They were like,
Yeah,
I'm trying
it's
Let's
to
like,
go
make
home.
history.
uh,
Let's make history tonight, boys. Let's let's make this team lose that technically just
Let's
won this
make him
game.
lose and just basically won. Yeah. Oh,
okay.
that's
We're
funny.
So
making history tonight.
so out of all these games, which game would you say was like the least exciting to watch? Boring of the week?
Hmm. That's actually a pretty good question.
The Bucks and the Saints. Good God.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go
I
like
wouldn't
based
say it
on,
was
I
boring. I
don't
would
think it
say
was
it was
boring because I
boring.
mean it was kind of like they were shooting out and everything. And I mean
Shooting
put
out
a,
where?
the Bucks put up a
Tom Brady
record,
was
man.
shooting out interceptions.
But the
That's the
Bucks
only
broke a
thing that was
record,
getting
dude.
shoot
They
out.
set a new record.
A record for what? Getting your ass whooped all game?
Nope, the least amount of rushing attempts in a game with 5 rushing attempts the entire game.
Wow.
They only had 5 rushing attempts that entire game. That's sad, man. But I don't know. I mean, I would have to agree. That's basically kind of the only game that was really a blowout game.
That was the only
Yeah.
blowout game,
That
yes,
was
but like
terrible.
Because I mean, every other game. I mean, you look at the Giants and Washington. 3 point. That came down to what? 2 points. It came down to 2 points,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Washington about brought it back. Alex Smith came into the game and he led them back. And then Dolphins and Cardinals
And
came down to three
and what did I
points.
tell and what did I tell you too about Washington? I told you I wasn't confident because it's a damn quarterback carousel down there.
it
Even
is.
though that kid got hurt, and I hope he comes out good, but I'm telling you, it's a damn quarterback carousel. And I
I
don't
think
believe
Alex
in that
Smith.
team right
I
now.
think Alex Smith kind of proved that he should take up the reins. I mean, he led them back. Yo, speaking of old quarterbacks, though, what you guys think of Joe Flacco last night?
You talking about last night?
Yeah, the Jets and the
Flacco,
Pats.
Flacco to the backo.
Flacco did pretty
Yeah, who?
well up until the end of the
Oh,
game.
yeah, yeah. Until he was just tossing them at the very end.
Yeah, that I mean, there was a
That's the
couple
thing that
plays
got
there.
me. Because leading into that fourth quarter, they had like what 40, 48 seconds left in the clock, and what one timeout. They ran that one play, called the timeout when it was like 37 seconds
Yep.
left in the clock. And then after that, he just started heaving them deep to try to get them to field goal range so they could just kick the ball. But then
Yeah,
how well did that work out for
dude.
him?
How about Jamison Crowder's little tiptoe catch though?
Oh,
That
that
was
tiptoe, that
Oh,
sexy
nice.
tiptoe catch at the end.
dang man,
You,
that
did
was
you see
not.
how bad he was when the referee was like,
Yep, when he said it was incomplete, he's not like,
he was
he's
like,
over there pointing at the
no.
jumbotron, like, look at that, look at
Yeah, they
that.
pulled out the jumbotron. He said, look
Yeah.
at that. I dragged mine.
That was, yeah, man, that was. I mean, but that's just it. I think Joe Flacco has shown that he still has a little bit left in the tank. I mean,
He still got some juice.
he got dropped from
Even though,
Baltimore, which is obvious. I mean, look at what Lamar Jackson's done there, and then got hurt in Denver, but he's still got some. I don't think he's definitely not the future. I mean, I think that's still stuck with Aaron Donald, or not Aaron Donald. What's his name? Sam Darnold, isn't it?
when you talking about the Jets quarterback, yeah.
Yeah.
I think after this season, Sam Darnold's done in New York.
You think Sam
You
Darnold's
think
done
so?
after this year?
I, dude, I don't think they're gonna keep him around.
No, not when you
It's
got
not.
Trevor Lawrence coming up in the draft. I guess you're right. Sam Darnold.
Yeah,
Where do you
yeah.
think Sam Darnold goes, though? Washington?
No.
Ugh.
No.
If I was Sam
No.
Darnold, I wouldn't go to Washington.
Where would you
I
go?
would not.
I mean, you gonna just stay as a backup in New York?
No, I mean obviously not.
I
But
mean, where would he go?
I mean,
where could he go? I guess that's a good question.
I mean,
Cowboys need a
I know
quarterback.
every team in the NFC East.
Yeah,
Well,
well, Cowboys need a quarterback.
the Cowboys got Dak. Dak's gone for the season,
Yeah.
but I mean,
I'm talking
and
about like I'm talking
Dak was
about
on the. He was projected as throw almost 6,000 yards this year. Is what they
Yeah.
had projected him until he got hurt. So I mean, they got a quarterback. He got hurt. I mean, there's nothing to say about
Probably
that.
like, I mean, you could argue he could go to the Giants.
I was thinking more Indy. Philip Rivers is getting
Oh,
up there in
yeah.
age.
Philip Rivers.
Yeah, he's getting
Yeah,
up there in
they
age.
did only sign Rivers to a 1 year deal. Speaking of Rivers, did you guys see Rivers freaking fall?
Down the sideline, Chuck Clark hurdles and still going. Clark goes all the way. Touchdown, Baltimore.
When he
Oh
threw that
my
interception,
god,
trying
dude!
to get
I'm glad you
that
brought
tackle.
that up. On that freaking that fumble recovery, he fell and
That
just
fumble-
laid there like he
Bella
was like
just he was like,
he knew.
You know what?
Laid there,
I'm
he was
done.
just like, I'm
He was
done.
like, you know what?
That's
I'm done.
that's when you know he that's that moment. That's that like it's like
That's-
almost that like a meme. After nine kids later.
That's definitely funnier than Daniel Jones' little trip over nothing for the running for that touchdown almost.
That touchdown moment. Yep.
Yeah.
But but anyways, back on track. But I mean, the games were crazy this weekend. I gotta say, like you said, Black Magic, all the under 500 teams kept the games close with everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was only one game that wasn't within one or two possessions, and that was the Bucs Saints game. That was the only game that was out, like gone. There was no coming back from that after the second half. Every other game you look at, one or two possessions. I mean, all the points were there. Well, not all. I guess the Thursday night game was more than one
Yeah, the
than two
Packers
possessions.
Niners game.
Yeah, because that was 34-17. That was
34-17.
definitely closer than the Bucks and Saints game, though.
I mean, at least they started coming back a little bit. A little bit.
Who,
A
the
little
Niners?
bit. Yeah, the Niners, they
Yeah,
started coming back a
they
little
started to
bit.
show up. But then again, though,
But
but compare the Niners to the Bucks. Look at all the injuries the Niners have, and the Bucks
this,
barely had
yeah,
any.
that's what I'm saying. And that's exactly what I was about to say. And then look at the caliber and the. Don't they have like the number one ranked defense?
Who?
Who?
The Bucks?
No,
Yeah.
I thought the Steelers had the number one.
No, we're
No,
number two.
no. The Bucks have the
Bucks are
number one
number one.
defense.
Yeah,
Oh,
Bucks are number one in points per game, allowed per game.
oh well, that's definitely going to
But
change.
and then
Yeah,
oh yeah,
yeah.
oh
After
yeah.
that, yeah.
Oh,
I was
and the
expecting.
Bucks also got to play almost every team in the AFC West this year too.
Yeah.
Oh,
And the Raiders put up points, the Chargers can put up points, and the Chiefs can put up points. So I mean, Bruce Arians is gonna have to step on that defensive coordinator's ass if he wants them to do something right. But speaking of Thursday night games, we might as well. We're on here. We're recording. We're talking football. Let's on record right now. Who you guys got? We got Colts and Tennessee this week. Thursday night game. And let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and throw out the numbers out there too. The scores. We did that. We did that with last Thursday's night game. So we'll do it with Thursday night games from now on. Who you guys got? We got the Colts at Tennessee.
go to Tennessee. I see Tennessee.
Rivers and Tannehill.
24-13 Tennessee.
I'd have to go with. What are you going with?
I'm going 28-24 Titans.
I'm saying 24-13.
Shit. I'll ride with Tennessee. I'd say 14-10 Tennessee.
Ooh, low scoring game. Cool. All right. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We are all going Titans this round. We'll see if we're right. We'll see who's the closest. Last Thursday, I was off by a point on the Packers,
Yeah.
right? I said 35. They scored 34. I got the Niners on the money. So we're all going Tennessee this week. We'll probably have our next video up on the rest of our picks. Probably have it up Saturday, Sunday morning, one of those two, whenever we decide we have to record and really decide who thinks going to win. Because after this past weekend, a lot of these teams are showing a different side of themselves in the second half of the season. So,
And that's what tends to happen. I don't know how that works out in the whole entire
I
play.
mean, the Bengals are going up against the Steelers, and Joe Burrow's been looking good. And let's be honest, if the same Steelers that showed up against the Cowboys play against the Bengals, I don't think the Steelers can pull that off against the Bengals.
You guys are lucky you have a bye week this week.
Yes, we do have a bye week, and Andy Reid is amazing at winning games coming off a bye week, so I'm happy about that.
I ain't worried about it. I think you guys are still gonna lose.
We don't play you, so
I know you don't. No, you gonna play us in the playoffs. Trust me.
we'll hope so. But
We're waiting for you.
yeah,
Ain't no hoping so it's gonna happen.
I think, Black Magic, I think you're the only one who has it. I think your team's the only one playing this week because the Falcons and the Chiefs are on byes this week.
Actually, wait, kid. What do you call it? You guys still gonna beat the Bengals even without Big Ben?
Yeah, because I saw he's on the COVID list. Yeah, I saw that. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, but that can change.
I'm not worried about
that
him.
can change.
That could change. He's on the COVID list.
he's
Doesn't
gotta
mean
test-
he has COVID.
Yeah, he's got to test
He
negative
has
2
to get
days in a
tested.
row.
He has
and
to taste negative 2 days in a row. Doesn't mean
then he
he's
can
positive.
play. So I mean, that's still
Nice
a long
try.
way to go. But that is something to take into consideration, though. What do you think are your chances?
What if he
then
doesn't play?
If he doesn't play?
If he
said
doesn't
what?
play.
I'm fine. We're gonna depend on our running game and our defense. Simple as that.
All right.
I'm not worried about it. And
Alright.
plus, we got what? We don't need to worry about Mason Rudolph because we're definitely not going to start his ass.
Yeah.
We're going to start Joshua Dobbs, and I'm pretty sure Joshua Dobbs is going to come out to shine and something to prove. So I'm not worried about it.
All right. Well, we got Tennessee on Thursday. We obviously know Black Magic's going with the Steelers against the Bengals. So, again, either Saturday or Sunday morning, keep a lookout. Our Week 10 predictions will be up and results from tonight, Thursday night's game. But all right, YouTube, you guys have a good one. Keep a lookout. We got a lot of videos coming up because we got the NBA draft happening next week, and we got UFC coming up in a
255.
we got UFC coming up in 2 Saturdays. So we got a lot of predictions to make and stuff. So keep a lookout for all those videos. Talk to you guys later.